Alright, in this video, we're going to be going over the new top 5 lowest recoil weapons here in Modern Warfare 2 after the recent update. If you're looking for the easiest to use weapons to drop either your first MGB nuke or simply increase your KD ratio, I got you guys. If you enjoyed the vid, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Let me know down in the comment section, in your opinion, what is the easiest to use weapon in the game right now. So for class number 1, we're taking a look at the no recoil ISO HEMLOCK. This is hands down one of the easiest, if not the easiest to use ARs in the entire game. For the first attachment, we are going to rock the Phantom Grip to increase that sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed, so we can snap on the players, get that first shot, and guarantee that kill. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up the sprint to fire speed to -0.22 and aim down sight speed at -0.77. A fantastic attachment and tune combination on this AR in order to get the kills that we need to get our nukes. Now, for the stock, we are going to rock that RCOM S4. This is going to be a fantastic option if you want to bump up that close to medium range handling without actually destroying the long range capability. We're going to have that sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, as well as aim down sight speed. Overall, a fantastic attachment to help this weapon out. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim walking speed at -1.08 and the aim down sight speed at -4. A great attachment, tune combo, very easy to go ahead and equip. Now, we are going to rock an optic on the ISO HEMLOCK, and the Chrono Mini Pro is going to be the best option. The blue dot sight is going to make everything easier, and after all, we are taking a look at all of the lowest recoil and easiest to use assault rifles in the game, so this is going to be a perfect fit. Blue dot sight, you can't go wrong with it. Now, unfortunately for the tuning, we are unable to tune this attachment or any optic on the ISO HEMLOCK because it is going to make the aim down sight speed slower, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to skip over this, just equip it, and you're good to go. We are not running a laser. These are not going to help us out, but we are going to rock a barrel, and the Feitler T50 is going to be a phenomenal choice, giving us that increased damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy as a nice bonus, as well as that recoil control. Make sure they stay on target at longer ranges. Now for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim down sight speed at -0.26 and aim walking speed at -0.37. A phenomenal attachment and tune combination, allowing us to snap on the players, yet still maintain that accuracy at longer ranges. We're not running a muzzle. These are not necessary, but we are going to rock an underbarrel, which is going to be that F-56 for maximum recoil stabilization and overall making this weapon incredibly easy to use at medium to longer ranges. You cannot go wrong with this. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim walking speed at -0.35 and aim down sight speed at -0.28. This is going to be a great choice for the ISO, making it an amazing AR. Because once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you're going to see that we do have a quick ADS, and obviously this gun is going to have 0 recoil. Remainder of the build is going to be the FTAC Siege. Now this is going to be the SMG variation of the FTAC. We're rocking that SIR 160 rear grip, the 72 round drum, the NST 81 barrel, the FGX Diod 70 laser, as well as the Siege wire stock. If you are rocking this weapon as a true secondary, the tuning is irrelevant, but I am going to go ahead and show you that anyway. So for the sprint to fire speed, we have this set to -0.32 and aim down sight speed at -0.84. For the stock, we have the aim walking speed set to -1.32 and aim down sight speed at -1.94. And for the laser, we are going to utilize increased aim down sight speed at -44.42 and sprint to fire speed at -0.06. And then finally, for the barrel, we are going to be utilizing increased damage range at +0.23 and aim walking speed at -0.27. This is a great class. I'm going to show you in the firing range how effective this is. It is going to be a suppressed submachine gun, pistol combo, and overall very easy to control as well. So we even have a secondary that has very low recoil. We are going to be utilizing the stun grenade, the proximity mine, and for the perks, we are rocking double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, we have pro enabled with munitions box and dead silence. You can't go around this class setup. It is amazing. We have the ISO and the FTAC Siege. This is a deadly combo that can guarantee you your first nuke. Now for setup number 2, we're taking a look at the TAC-56. This and the ISO HEMLOCK are probably two of the easiest to use weapons in Modern Warfare 2 as of right now. Now, for the first attachment, we are going to utilize the demo clean shot grip to increase that sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed. We can snap on the players, get that first shot, and guarantee that kill. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up that sprint to fire speed at -0.19 and aim down sight speed at -0.26. This is a great attachment and tune combo, the only rear grip you guys should be running. For the stock, we are going to rock the TV Cardinal stock. This is going to be a great attachment if you're trying to stay mobile yet accurate at longer ranges, giving us increased aim walking speed as well as sprint speed. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up that aim walking speed at -1.55 and aim down sight speed at -1.81. You can't go wrong here. We are not running an optic. The iron sights on this weapon are good enough, and we're also going to skip over the laser. These are not going to be necessary. For the barrel, the 17.5-inch Tundra Pro barrel is going to be a phenomenal option, allowing us to be more consistent at longer ranges, and that's why people love the TAC-56. Damage range, hipfire accuracy, as well as bullet velocity, everything we need for this assault rifle. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up that aim down sight speed at -0.12 and recoil steadiness at +0.35. For the muzzle, the Komodo Heavy is going to be a great option, just maximizing that horizontal recoil control. That's all we need, because vertical is what we want to be able to control very easily. Now, for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that gun kick at +0.10 and stabilization at +0.44. And then finally, for the underbarrel, the Commando foregrip is going to be a great option here to completely smooth out that recoil pattern and give us additional stability. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim walking speed at -0.08 and stabilization at +0.59. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, we have a fast ADS and obviously a build that literally has 0 recoil. Remainder of the setup is going to be the FTAC Siege with the same attachments: SIR 160 rear grip, the 72 round drum, ENST 81 barrel, the FGX DI laser, as well as the Siege wire stock. And we are using the stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, we have pro with munitions box and dead silence. This is a phenomenal class setup. You can't go wrong. This, as well as the ISO HEMLOCK, are going to guarantee you some easy MGB nukes. For setup number 3, we're taking a look at the LACHMANN 5.56. Do not sleep on this weapon. They buffed it tremendously in the recent update, making this a very solid assault rifle. Now, for the attachments, we have the LMK64 grip for increased sprint to fire speed, as well as aim down sight speed. This is going to be a good choice if you're trying to go ahead and compete with TAC-56 and ISO HEMLOCK players. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that sprint to fire speed some more at -0.33 and recoil steadiness at +0.35. For the stock, we're going to rock the LACHMANN S9 Factory. This is going to be a great choice, kind of going ahead and bringing the LACHMANN sub stock on the AR, increasing that sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, as well as aim down sight speed. The cons are completely irrelevant. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up that aim walking speed at -1.86 and aim down sight speed at -3.35. You cannot go wrong with this attachment and tune combination. We are not running an optic. These are going to be completely irrelevant. The iron sights are great on this assault rifle, and we're also going to skip over the laser because these are not going to be helping this weapon out, so we're going to forgo this. Now, for the barrel, the LACHMANN Rat barrel is going to be amazing, going ahead and dramatically increasing that long range potential, giving us increased damage range, bullet velocity, hip recoil control, as well as that recoil control as well. So overall, a great attachment. It's going to go ahead and overall drastically improve what we're trying to do here. Have a low recoil assault rifle that's still good at longer ranges as well as close ranges. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim down sight speed at -0.21 and more recoil steadiness at +0.39. Now, we are going to actually suppress this assault rifle. We're going to rock the Echoless 80. This is going to be a great attachment on this AR in order for us to run on their spawn, double quick and easy streak, and get those nukes. We're going to have sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, as well as additional smoothness. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that bullet velocity at +0.58 and more recoil smoothness at plus 1.13. And then finally, we are going to use the underbarrel, which is going to be the F-Tech-56, to completely smooth out that recoil pattern and give us additional stability. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim walking speed at negative 0.26 and more stabilization at plus 0.75. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you're going to be very happy because we have a quick ADS and, like all the setups, controllable recoil. This is going to be a very good assault rifle you guys should check out after the recent updates. Now, for the secondary, we are going to be utilizing the F-Tech Siege. Again, the same attachments: SIR 160, 72 round drum, NST, FGXD at 70, and the Siege wire stock and stun grenade, proximity mine. And for the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, as well as quick fix, with the field upgrade set for pro with munitions box and dead silence. These three weapons are amazing. The 5.56, the TAC-56, as well as the ISO. You cannot go wrong with these ARs. Now, for setup number 4, we're taking a look at the M13B, another criminally underrated AR. This is a very low recoil assault rifle that also received a massive buff, so it is worth checking out. For the first attachment, we are going to utilize the Bruin flash script. This is going to be a phenomenal attachment on the M13B to drastically increase that sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed, so we can snap on the players, get that first shot, and guarantee that kill. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up the sprint to fire speed to negative 0.26 and more recoil steadiness, very important here, at plus 0.81. You want to go ahead and tune this to a T so we can have advantages at close range as well as long ranges. Now, we are not running a stock on this assault rifle. These, unfortunately, are not going to be helping us out, but we are going to utilize an optic, and the Chrono Mini Pro is going to be a great option, giving us that blue dot and a more precision sight picture. Luckily, we can tune this. And for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim down sight speed to negative 1.74. Now, the laser is going to be irrelevant on this class setup, like all of the setups that are building around low recoil, but we are going to use a barrel, and the 14-inch Bruin Echelon barrel is going to be phenomenal. This is going to give us that increased damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and additional recoil control. Keep it out very easily at longer ranges and still not have the cons of having really slow ADS, because once you go ahead and tune this, we are going to be speeding all that up with increased aim down sight speed set to negative 0.10 and recoil steadiness at plus 0.39. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be using the Eclipse 80. This is going to be a great attachment on the M13, increasing that sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, as well as additional smoothness. We can get behind their spawn, build up a quick and easy streak, and reap all the rewards of a long range attachment. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that bullet velocity at plus 0.84 and more recoil smoothness at plus 0.58. You're going to love this attachment on the M13 because you have advantages at close range as well as longer ranges. And then finally, for the underbarrel, we are going to utilize the Commando foregrip here, not the F-Tech-56, because we're just going to be smoothing out that recoil pattern and not taking as much of an aim down sight speed penalty. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing aim walking speed at negative 0.37 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.65. Once you jump in the firing range, you're going to absolutely love this class setup because we have a quick ADS and, like all my builds, incredibly easy to control recoil. Manner of the setup is going to be, we have the F-Tech Siege, the submachine gun version, SIR 160 rear grip, the 72 round drum, NST 81 barrel, FGXD at 70 laser, and the Siege wire stock. And we are going to be utilizing the stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, we have on double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, pro enabled with munitions box and dead silence. This is a great class. You guys are going to love it. All four of these guns are phenomenal: the M13B, the 5.56, the TAC-56, and the ISO. And then finally, for class number 5, we are going to rock with the KASTOV 545. This is another assault rifle that has received numerous buffs, and now it is in the current meta. For the first attachment, we are going to rock the True Tac grip here. This is going to be a great option, bumping up that sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed. And for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that sprint to fire speed at negative 0.42 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.29. Now, we are going to rock a stock, and the Pro Light TL3 is going to be the best option. Let me explain why. We're going to have increased sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, as well as aim down sight speed, and the cons are going to be irrelevant. Now, for the tuning, we are going to be bumping up that aim walking speed at negative 1.86 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.77. Luckily, with all the buffs this weapon does have, it's going to have low recoil regardless of what you do, so we can go ahead and speed this AR up and kind of have it feel like an AR SMG hybrid. Now, we are not running an optic because the KASTOV's iron sights are phenomenal. We're not running a laser. These are not going to help us out, but we are going to rock a barrel, and the 342mm Socken KL is going to be the choice we want to equip, because we are going to have increased movement speed as well as aim down sight speed. Do not worry, the cons are going to be irrelevant. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up that aim down sight speed at negative 0.36 and aim walking speed at negative 0.44. Now, for the muzzle, the Komodo Heavy is going to be a great option. That horizontal recoil control is what we want to have here. The vertical is going to be very easy to maintain. And for the cons, they're going to be irrelevant, because under the tuning category, we are going to be increasing that gun kick at plus 0.30 and more aim down sight speed at negative 0.49. And then finally, for the underbarrel, we are going to rock the Shark Fin 90. This is going to have no cons, just smoothing out that recoil pattern, because again, this weapon does have a lot of buffs now, very easy to control. And for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim walking speed at negative 0.15 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.77. Jumping in the firing range, you're going to be very, very happy, because fast ADS and obviously incredibly easy to control recoil. Remainder of the build is going to be the F-Tac Siege, same attachments, SERM 160 rear grip, 72 round drum, NST 81, FGX DI-70, and the Siege wire stock we have on the stun grenade, proximity mine, as well as the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, we have pro enabled with munitions box and dead silence. These are going to be the top 5 lowest recoil and easiest to use weapons in Modern Warfare 2 after the recent update. You can't go wrong with any of these setups, but if you are trying to get that nuke ASAP, take a look at the ISO as well as TAC 56. You cannot go wrong. If this video does help you guys out, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, man. This is